Greetings, Mason Storm here. So I was at a fancy Italian restaurant and they had these rice balls that were fried and kind of crispy. So I thought I'd make my own version of that. So to begin with, I've got a couple tablespoons of hot sauce. This is just some Frank's. 1 cup of Panko, 1 egg. I've got 1 cup of rice that I cooked, and I'll show that in a second, and a cup of mozzarella cheese. So this is my rice maker. It's a Roshi. Just gonna do regular white rice, but I'm gonna add some seasoning to spruce it up a bit, and that's just some of that Beyond Bouillon, and that really gives a lot more flavor to your rice because you want flavor in your rice, or this is really boring to make. And it's just one of the easiest ways to do that. And you also want to make sure your rice is cold. So once it's done, move it around, unplug it, make sure it's all cooled off before you start cooking it, or else it won't go very well. And then we're going to get our mixing bowl out, and we're going to proceed to combine all of our ingredients in and just do a hand mix and see how it is. If it's way too dry, you might need to add another egg just to moisten it up. And if it's too moist and just it's way too wet, you might have to add a little bit more panko. So you just need to optimize for whatever type of rice you have. Ideally you'd be using a sticky rice for this, but I was out of it at the time, so I had to use this long grain stuff, which I don't know, it worked out pretty good, but ideally short grain sticky rice is better because it all sticks together. And the rice style that I use doesn't stick so well, so you need a little bit more force to get it to kind of hold together. And that's not really the way you want to be doing it, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just doing this on a nice silicone mat so that it doesn't stick. Like, you could fry these in the frying pan, you can put them in the air fryer, but I'm just going to bake them in the oven. And the sill mat on top of the standard baking sheet works great for that. And once we're done rolling them all, we're going to drizzle some oil on them, and that's really going to help them from drying out too much and maybe give it a little bit more of a golden brown consistency. So we just get a little bit of oil on each one, and then we can kind of massage the oil in with the old rolling method, and then we'll throw this in the oven. I'm going to bake it at 350 degrees convection for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them and make sure that they're getting nice and rotated, and then cook them another 15 minutes, and then there we go, we're good to go. And eat these with some dipping sauce when you make these. I had mine with Caesar, but marinara is another good choice. And let me know your thoughts below. And until next time, stay awesome.